with a focus on taxation and held various regulatory powers throughout the centuries. The Commissioner started maintaining voter lists in 1799 and took on more election-related responsibilities, but didn't emerge in its current form until the adoption of Philadelphia Home Rule Charter in 1951. We will start off with public comments. Before beginning their comments, commenters shall state where they live or if they are not a resident of Philadelphia and that they are a Philadelphia taxpayer. Public comment is not an opportunity for dialogue or Q&A. It is public comment, a chance for you to tell us what you think. Each speaker will have 2 minutes to speak. However, I may extend the time at my discretion. Public comment must concern matters on today's meeting agenda. Finally, it is my responsibility to preserve the order and decorum of the meetings. As such, profane, slanderous, discriminatory, personal attacks will not be tolerated. If you wish to make a public objection to a perceived Sunshine Act violation, please raise your hand and I will recognize you. Outbursts will not be tolerated. Anyone wishing to offer public comment, please step forward. Hearing none, we will now proceed to email comments, a report from our Secretary, Commissioner Seth Bluestein. Are there any email public comments?
As of 9:45 a.m., there were no email public comments.
Thank you very much. We will now proceed to old business. First, we have a report from our Director of Election Operations, Mr. Joseph Lynch, and he's going to be also doing the report for Mark Johnson. Thank you, Joe.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I'll start with Mark's report. His budget and procurement, the team continues to manage daily fiscal operations, including vendor coordination and timely processing of election-related invoices. Expenditures and staffing costs are being closely monitored to ensure appropriate resource allocations through the close of the election cycle. Communications remain active in public-facing outreach and internal coordination. Highlights this week include daily voter education messaging on social platforms, updates to printed materials for polling places, notices, and public events, website content updates, and ongoing collaboration with media partners on radio, digital advertising, and PSA production. The team also supported planning for recent and upcoming press conferences. Engagement continued citywide voter outreach through events at libraries, community organizations, cultural gatherings, and senior centers. These efforts include distributing informational materials, demonstrating voting machines, and providing language access support. The team also participated in community cultural programming as part of continued multilingual voter engagements. Human Resources, as of October 24th, our total workforce stands at 207 employees, including 31 exempt, 176 civil service, and 28 temporary staff, supporting general election operations. HR continues staffing coordination, orientations, and personnel support, and is preparing for open enrollment while managing ADA and FMLA requests and ongoing employee relations. Information technology, the IT unit continues to ensure operational readiness of election support systems, including poll worker communication devices and technology required for election day coordination. The team is also working on internal partners to ensure polling place data is accurately documented and verified. Security operations continue in coordination with the Philadelphia Police Department, OEM, and contracted security partners. Facility readiness checks, panic alarm validations, and deployment planning are on schedule, with continued focus on supporting staff and securing election sites. Closing, as we approach Election Day, our team continues to demonstrate professionalism and focus under high operational tempo. Mark wants to thank our staff, our partners, and this board for your continued leadership and support. Thank you. That includes that report for administrative.
Thank you. 1 second, Joe. Commissioners, did you have any comments for Mark's report?
I have none, thank you.
Okay, please proceed, Joe.
Okay, so I'll go with my report. This is our public meeting report for October 29, 2025. At the election warehouse, we have been shipping machines out to the polling places. The e-poll book unit conducted validation and functional testing for each EPB e-poll books, and white boxes will be packed by tomorrow so they can be shipped to the police districts by October 31st. To date, the election cycle, Delaware and Spring Garden has processed 127,343 voter registration applications, including 121,593 electronic and 5,750 paper submissions. All applications are currently up to date. The unit continues to review applications and make any necessary updates, and on Monday mailed out 29,146 voter ID cards. 4,376 emergency ID cards are going out today due to the polling place changes. As of Tuesday, we have approved 108,275 vote by mail and absentee applications, which is 8,525 added from last week's total. Of those, 58,912 are paper applications and 49,363 are electronic. A total of 105,887 ballots have been sent out. So far, we received 49,663 ballots through the USPS and 7,281 through drop boxes, for a total of 56,944 valid ballots. This total does not include the UOCAVA ballots. The deadline to apply for mail-in ballot was Monday, October 28th, but voters who have already applied and need replacements can still get one through Election Day, Tuesday, November 4th. If an emergency comes up, voters can submit an emergency absentee ballot application to the County Board of Elections office as long as they provide a valid emergency reason. Voters who are 65 or older or who have a permanent disability may also request an alternative ballot if their polling place isn't fully accessible. The county also requests an alternative ballot if their polling place isn't fully accessible. The County Board of Elections office located at City Hall, Room 140, remains open for in-person mail ballot services through election day. The office is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., on weekends 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and on Election Day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Satellite offices and secure drop boxes across the city are also available during these hours. More information, including office locations, can be found at vote.phila.gov. ID verification letters have gone out to voters that either did not include the required proof of identification on their absentee/mail-in ballot applications, or their proof of identification cannot be verified by the County Board of Elections office. Voters who have received this letter may submit their proof of ID to the County Board of Elections via email, phillyelection@phila.gov, by fax, by U.S. mail, by telephone, or in person. Voters have until midnight November 10th to return their proof of identification for the municipal election. The Board Workers Unit is wrapping up its fall training seminars with 3,742 participants already in attendance. Last week alone, 1,423 board workers completed online training, which remains available on our website for anyone who still needs it. We're continuing to send reminders to poll workers who haven't yet confirmed their attendance. So far, 7,144 poll workers have been confirmed, which is 82%, and messages have been left for 380 more. Thanks for the Involve 17 program, 255 students have been placed so far. Not bad. Okay, well, I wasn't given that number. All right, so it's more than 500 according to Megan. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Commissioners, did you have any comments for Joe or questions?
I do, thank you, Chairman. Joe, just to clarify, in your report, you mentioned the satellite election offices and secure drop boxes across the city are also available during these hours. Just to clarify, the secure drop boxes are open 24/7 until 8 PM on Election Day.
Yeah, I stubbed that, sorry.
No, I just-
Thanks for pointing it out. Thank you.
And just one more thing, just for the record, the individuals that are, their polling place has changed, with the exception of the emergencies, have received a postcard.
You're talking about the one down in the 8th and the 5th Ward? The
No,
one at-
not all the polling place changes that we've done, those folks, they've gotten a postcard, an ID card saying,
The polling place changes got a card from, yes,
Okay.
they did.
thank you. Nothing further, thank you.
Secretary?
I have no questions, thank you.
Well, I'll just make a comment, I guess, and maybe something we can figure this out. And I know every election cycle, there are thousands of Philadelphians who don't return their ballots and they don't vote in person. It just seems like it's just we leaving votes on the table. So I don't know if maybe something we could do, maybe this election cycle, maybe reaching out to those voters, maybe having returned their ballots, or we could form together a coalition or something, and maybe communicate with them to tell them, encourage them to return their ballots, if possible. Thank you, Joe. We will now proceed to new business. We will begin by considering our first agenda item, a motion to authorize professional staff to establish mobile Dropbox location events. Is there a second?
Second,
Do the commissioners have any comments before we proceed to vote?
I have none.
I have none.
Secretary Bluestein, please call the roll.
Vice Chair Deely.
Aye.
I vote aye. Chairman Sabir.
Aye. Motion passes. We will now proceed to the next agenda item. I motion to approve the 2025 general election ballot canvass procedures. Is there a second?
Second,
Any commissioners want to make comment?
I have none.
I have none.
Please, Secretary Bluestein, please call the roll.
Vice Chair Deely.
Aye.
I vote aye. Chairman Sabir.
Aye. We'll now proceed to the next agenda item. A motion to approve the 2025 general absentee and mail-in ballot application challenge procedures. Is there a second?
Second,
Any commissioners have any comments?
I have none.
I have none.
Secretary Bluestein, please call the roll.
Vice Chair Deely.
Aye.
I vote aye. Chairman Sabir.
Aye. We will now proceed to the next agenda item. A motion to deputize and authorize the Philadelphia Board of Election Staff to prepare for and conduct the pre-canvass and canvass of the absentee and mail-in ballots for the 2025 general election. Is there a second?
Second,
Commissioners, do we have any comments?
I have none.
I have none.
Secretary Bluestein, please call the roll.
Vice Chair Deely.
Aye.
I vote aye. Chairman Sabir.
Aye. That was our last agenda item on the agenda before we adjourn. Commissioner Dillard, do you have any other business to be raised at this meeting?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, if I may, I would like to take this time before we close out the month of October to recognize and acknowledge Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This year marks the 40th anniversary of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which was co-created by the American Cancer Society. And it began when it began in 1985, it began as a week-long campaign to educate women about the importance of screening. Today marks 40 years, and also for me personally, it marks another year that my mother remains a cancer survivor. So for everybody out there, just reminding people that you don't have to just get screened in October. It's something that we should be thinking about all year round, and certainly not just for breast cancer, but for so many other cancers that can be defeated and or cured with self-examination and pre-screening. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Vice Chair. And I definitely agree with that message. Secretary Bluestein, do you have anything you want to add?
I do not. Thank you.
Okay. Before we close out, as always, I definitely wanted to thank all of our staff. When I'm asked by media outlets across the world, and they ask us how do we give so much accessibility to the citizens of Philadelphia, simply tell them that we have the best staff in the country, and I would pit our Philadelphia Election Board staff against any staff in the country. We also would like to thank Mayor Sherelle Parker, Council President Kenyatta Johnson, and City Council, all of our state partners, federal partners, and of course, Audrey Powers from the Managing Director's Office. We've been working so great to get everything together. And we're looking forward to having a successful election. And let's do this, Philadelphia. We got a few days left. Now is the time, and our time is now. A motion to adjourn today's meeting. Is there a second? Secretary Bluestein, please call the roll.
Vice Chair Deely.
Aye.
I vote aye. Chairman Severe.
Aye. This meeting is adjourned.